Have you ever walked past a woman who was not especially glamorous, not especially dressed up, yet you could not help turning your head because something about her felt peaceful, luminous, and safe? Have you ever wondered why some women seem to walk through life with soft confidence and steady blessings, while others are always fighting, complaining, and getting dragged into one storm after another? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about a kind of beauty that no cosmetic brand can sell to you and that no filter can manufacture. It is the quiet, powerful beauty of what many traditions call a Bodhisattva aura in a woman. You're not talking about a perfect nose, big eyes, a certain body shape, or a luxury wardrobe. You're talking about the kind of face and presence that comes from a heart trained in compassion, wisdom, patience, and gratitude. You're going to explore how a woman's inner state slowly carves her outer expression, how certain inner qualities attract blessings, good relationships, and stable fortune, and how any woman, starting exactly from where he is now, can begin to grow this Bodhisattva aura from the inside out. Many spiritual cultures, there is a saying that can be translated as "the appearance follows the heart." It points to a simple but profound truth, as genetics and age play a role in how we look, but over time, the repeated patterns of our emotions and thoughts leave traces on our faces, in our voice, in our posture, in the way we walk into a room. You can paint over your skin, but you cannot paint over the long-term effects of greed, resentment, jealousy, or fear. These will quietly show themselves in your eyes, your expression, your micro-movements. On the other hand, a woman whose heart is soft and strong, kind and clear, may not fit a conventional beauty standard, but people will feel strangely comfortable around her. They may not know. They simply feel safe, warmed, and respected in her presence. That is what we are calling a Bodhisattva aura. So today, instead of talking about superficial beauty tricks, we are going to talk like sisters and friends about what truly shapes a woman's fate. You will weave together Buddhist wisdom, traditional insights about character and destiny, and modern psychological understanding. You will talk about 7 inner qualities that the original article highlights as the hallmarks of a Bodhisattva-like woman, and we will translate them into everyday life so you can feel how practical they really are. Before we dive into those qualities, let us paint a picture you may recognize from your own experience. Imagine standing in a crowded subway car or elevator. People are tired, scrolling on their phones, frowning, lost in thought. Then a woman steps in. She does not shine like a movie star. Her clothes are simple, but the air around her feels different. Eyes were calm and clear. She moves in a way that is neither arrogant nor shrinking. When someone bumps into her, he smiles and steps aside instead of glaring. And an older person enters, he naturally shifts to make space. When a child cries, he glances over with soft concern, not with a nuance. You may only ride together for a few minutes, but when you step out, you notice that your own chest feels a bit less tight. You feel a little less irritated with the world. You do not know her name, but you remember her presence. That is what we mean by an everyday Bodhisattva aura. It is not about mystical hail, it is about how your inner training affects the atmosphere around you. Destiny is very sensitive to atmosphere. From the perspective of karma, your life is not shaped only by what you do in big moments, but by the subtle, repeated energy you radiate hour after hour. A woman who constantly carries suspicion, bitterness, and competitiveness will naturally attract and create situations that confirm those feelings. The woman who lives from sincere kindness, broad-heartedness, and inner steadiness will naturally attract cooperation, support, and respect. Over time, these patterns become what people call good luck or bad luck, but they are not random. They are the utter result of inner habits. So, let us walk slowly through 7 inner qualities that quietly create this Bodhisattva aura in a woman, with stories and reflections you can feel in your own body. The first quality is genuine kindness. Kindness is not softness in the sense of being a doormat. It is the inner decision again and again to look at other beings as lives to be understood rather than objects to be used or obstacles to be crushed. There are many nice women on the surface who smile and say sweet words, but inside they are constantly calculating, what can I get from you? How can I use you? How do I look in your eyes? That kind of fake kindness does not create a Bodhisattva aura. It creates a sticky, tired feeling for those around them. The body senses the manipulation, even if the mind cannot explain it. Real kindness is quieter. Picture a woman at a family gathering. Everyone is busy eating, talking, taking photos. He notices that her elderly mother-in-law is struggling to pick up food with trembling hands. Without making a scene or posting anything later, he simply moves the dishes closer, gently helps, wipes a spill, and keeps the conversation light so that the elder does not feel embarrassed. Or imagine her on the street. He sees a street dog with a limp. Any people pass by. He does not make a grand performance. He simply slows down, checks if the dog is in danger, maybe shares a small piece of bread or calls a local rescue if needed. Or imagine her at work. New colleague joins the team and looks lost. He does not think, this is not my problem. She takes a few minutes to explain, to show where things are, to offer a small piece of guidance. None of these acts are huge. They do not make news, but each one sends a message to the universe. This heart can be trusted with life. From a karmic view, kindness is the seed of all blessings. When a woman's kindness is not just for show, not selective, not limited to people he likes or needs, but a general way of moving through the world, it changes her entire field. He becomes a field of blessings herself. People feel safe opening up around her. Children, elders, animals often feel drawn to her. Opportunities come because others sense that working with her will not bring drama and harm. Over time, her face changes. The muscles round her eyes soften. The corners of her mouth relax. Even when he is not smiling, there is a base layer of warmth. That is the beginning of a Bodhisattva aura. The second quality is a broad heart. Broad-hearted woman does not mean a woman who never feels hurt. It means a woman who learns not to live her entire life inside small grievances. There are women whose hearts are like small tight runes. One sentence, one look, one small slight, and they hold on to it for months. Neighbor did not greet them properly. Cousin did not invite them to something. Friend forgot to reply for 2 days. Inside, their mind becomes a courtroom. They replay the scene again and again, judging, sentencing, building stories. She does not respect me. He thinks he is better than me. People always take advantage of me. You can see this tightness on their face. Their jaw clenches often. The area between their eyebrows knits into a permanent line. Their voice has a sharp edge. Even when they laugh, it feels a bit forced. A broad-hearted woman lives differently. He also gets disappointed. He also feels pain, but he has trained herself to step back and see the bigger picture. Instead of immediately labeling someone as bad, he may think, maybe they are having a hard day. Maybe they really did not notice. Maybe their capacity to love right now is just limited. He does not let every small thing become a big thing. He is not constantly counting points, debts, and favors. He knows that everyone, including herself, is imperfect. Think of a friend who never brings up something you did years ago to hurt her, even though you know he remembers. He chose to put it down. It is brought part Dennis. Think of a woman who can live with in-laws who are not always easy, without turning every conflict into war. He chooses which battles matter and which can be released. It is brought part Dennis. From a spiritual point of view, a broad heart is like fertile land. It can receive rain, sunshine, seasons of growth, and seasons of rest without collapsing. Narrow heart is like a small pot. It overflows with the slightest pour. Life actually gives more to the one who can hold more. That is why women with broad hearts often find that as they age, their fortunes become steadier. People trust them with more responsibility, more resources, more secrets, more love. Their family atmosphere is more harmonious because they are not constantly inflaming every problem. Their face, broad heart Dennis, shows up as openness. Their eyes do not dart around with suspicion. Their forehead has space. There is a sense that you can't breathe in their presence. The third quality is inner restraint. Modern culture often teaches women to be loud, visible, outspoken at all costs. If you have it, flaunt it. If you feel it, say it. If you want it, grab it. On the positive side, this has helped many women break free from suffocating roles, but when taken to an extreme, it has also led to a loss of a deeply feminine power, the power of quiet containment. Inner restraint does not mean suppression. It means knowing when to show and when to hide, when to speak and when to stay silent, when to move forward and when to wait. It is the ability to hold your energy instead of leaking it everywhere. Imagine a woman who posts every detail of her life online, responds to every comment, explains herself to everyone, reacts emotionally to every piece of news. Her mind and energy are constantly outside of herself. No matter how pretty her photos are, her aura is scattered. Imagine a woman who knows how to keep some things in her inner sanctuary. He does not share every thought with everyone. He can listen without immediately centering herself. He can feel a rush of anger and still wait before acting. He chooses carefully who gets access to her deepest feelings. This kind of inner restraint creates a mysterious dignity. People sense that he has depth. He is not an empty vessel that spills all its contents at the first sake. In traditional language, this is sometimes linked to the idea that feminine energy is yin, and yin has a hidden storing quality. When a woman learns to hold her energy and not always display, it accumulates like water in a deep lake. That accumulated energy becomes blessings for her family and stability for her own destiny. Physically, inner restraint shows in the way she moves. Her steps do not stomp or rush. Her gestures are not overly big. He does not laugh in a way that makes everyone turn and stare, nor does he shrink like he wants to disappear. He is centered. The fourth quality is clean speech. If you want to know the real level of a woman's inner cultivation, listen to her talk. Does she constantly complain? Does he always discuss other people's private lives? Thus he liked to expose others' weaknesses, make sharp jokes at others' expense, or pour poison into every conversation. Woman who spends her days gossiping, criticizing, and spreading negativity may feel powerful in the moment, but she is actually draining her own blessings. Words are vehicles of karma. They create moods, influence decisions, shape relationships. Mouth that constantly spills poison cannot expect life to taste sweet. Bodhisattva-like woman is very careful with her speech. He does not speak just to fill the silence. He does not pass on rumors unless he is very sure, and even then, only if it is helpful to do so. He does not use jokes as an excuse to be cruel. He knows that once a word leaves her mouth, it cannot be taken back. This does not mean he is silent all the time. In fact, her words often have great healing power. You might say just one sentence at the right time that makes someone feel seen and supported. You might give gentle feedback that helps someone correct their course without losing dignity. You might diffuse a tense situation by shifting the perspective. People remember how he makes them feel when he talks to them. They feel less insane, less hopeless, less alone. That is why such women often become the emotional center of their families or communities. Their home becomes a place where people come not just to eat, but to be strengthened. On the level of destiny, clean speech builds trust. Trust attracts cooperation. Cooperation creates successful projects, strong networks, stable marriages, and supportive friendships. On the level of appearance, constant harsh talk often leads to tight lips, a hard jaw, and a sharp, cutting tone. Clean speech relaxes the face. The mouth looks softer, more naturally curved. The overall expression becomes more serene. The fifth quality is inner stillness, or what spiritual language calls meditative stability. Y'all know women who are constantly restless. Their minds jump from topic to topic. Their emotions swing wildly. Their plans change every week. They overreact to small things, panic easily, and rarely finish what they start. Even if they are physically beautiful, this constant inner turbulence disturbs their outer aura. In contrast, a woman with some degree of meditative stability is like a calm lake. The wind may blow, waves may appear on the surface, but her depths remain still. He does not live in permanent peace. She is still human, but she has learned not to let every outer change throw her into inner chaos. This stability does not necessarily come from long hours on a meditation cushion, although that can help. It can come from any practice that trains the mind to stay present without being dragged around by every thought and feeling. It might be a daily habit of sitting quietly for 10 minutes, following the breath. It might be mindful walking, feeling each step. Might be chanting a short phrase with sincerity. Might be doing household chores with full attention instead of letting the mind wander into endless worry. For months and years, these small practices form an invisible pillar inside her. When crisis comes, he still feels fear or sadness, but she does not collapse. He can hold her own emotions without spilling them on to everyone. He can think clearly even under pressure. Others sense this and naturally trust her with important roles. He becomes the one people call when things are falling apart because they know he will not amplify the panic. This in turn brings her opportunities, respect, and often a more stable and supportive environment. Her face reflects this inner calm. There is a certain clarity in the eyes, like the surface of clear water. Her movements are not jittery. Her voice has a steady rhythm. The sixth quality is gratitude. Gratitude is the opposite of entitlement. Entitled woman looks at life and thinks, I deserve all of this. Is not enough. Why do others have more? He rarely says thank you from the heart. He takes her parents' support for granted, her partner's care for granted, her children's love for granted. When something small goes wrong, he complains loud. When many things go right, he barely notices. Gratitude transforms the same life into a completely different experience. Imagine waking up and instead of thinking, another day of stress, you think, another day of chances to love, to learn, to practice. You feel the warmth of your bed and remember that some people sleep on cold floors. You drink water and remember that in some places, clean water is a luxury. You receive a message from a friend and remember that some people are painfully alone. This is not about guilt. It is about perspective. Grateful woman does not pretend that everything is perfect. He can still see injustice and work to change it, but he lives from a base sense of blessing. He sees life as a gift, not as a constant disappointment. When he looks at her parents, he remembers that without them, he would not have this body. When he looks at her partner, he remembers they are also a vulnerable human being, not just a supplier of her needs. When he looks at her children, he remembers that they are not possessions, but souls passing through her care for a while. Gratitude softens the heart. A soft heart invites more blessings. From a karmic standpoint, gratitude is like fertile soil for merit. The more you appreciate, the more you tend to take care of what you have, and the more others feel happy to support you. Woman who constantly complains about everything will eventually find that even what he had begins to dry up, because no one wants to pour water into a field that curses the rain. Near appearance, gratitude often shows as lightness. There is a natural smile in her eyes, even when your mouth is neutral. You look bright, even if she is physically tired. The seventh quality is a sincere wish to grow in wisdom. Many women focus only on other success, career, looks, marriage, children, social status. There is nothing wrong with any of these, but without wisdom, all of them can become sources of suffering. Woman with a Bodhisattva aura is not only nice or sweet, he is also wise. You want to understand the deeper laws of life. You reflect some cause and effect. He asks herself not only, what do I want, but what is truly beneficial in the long run for myself and others. You may study spiritual texts, listen to teachings, or quietly learn from life itself, but he does not just collect information, he applies it. For example, he hears that anger harms the one who carries it more than the target. Next time he feels anger, he notices how her body tightens, how her breath becomes shallow, how her thoughts repeat. He experiments with letting go faster, not for the other person's sake, but for her own freedom. He hears that clinging to other forms of love leads to pain, so he observes her own attachments in relationships. When he feels a desperate need for someone's attention, he asks, what am I really craving? Can I give some of this care to myself instead of demanding it all from them? This kind of woman slowly becomes her own teacher. Life throws many things at her, just as it does to everyone else, but he does not stay in the same lesson forever. Each hardship becomes a chapter he actually reads, not just a book he keeps on the shelf. What word lie? This wisdom shows as a certain clarity and weight. People feel they can come to her not only for comfort, but for perspective. The words are not just sweet, they carry insight. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds beautiful, but I'm far from this. get angry easily, complain, gossip sometimes, and not con. My heart is not that broad. Does that mean I cannot have this oral? Absolutely not. The key point of the original teaching is that a Bodhisattva-like aura is not something you are born with or not. It is something you grow step by step in the middle of your real messy life. You do not need to become perfect overnight. You only need to choose one small place to begin. Maybe today, you decide to practice kindness by doing one small unseen good deed. Maybe today, you decide to practice broad-heartedness by letting go of one minor grudge. Maybe today, you decide to practice inner restraint by not posting that angry comment. Maybe today, you decide to practice clean speech by catching yourself before you gossip. Maybe today, you decide to practice inner stillness by sitting with your breath for 5 minutes. Maybe today, you decide to practice gratitude by writing down 3 things you appreciate. Maybe today, you decide to practice wisdom by reflecting on one repeated pattern in your life and asking what it is trying to teach you. These are not dramatic actions. No one may praise you for them, but invisible forces do respond. Each small act carves a tiny new line in your nervous system, in your energetic field, in your karmic story. For time, the woman who lives this way will look different. People who have not seen her for years may say, "You look better and better as you age." Don't know what it is. You glow. They might assume it is a new cream or procedure. You will know it is something else. So now, let us turn directly to you. Maybe you are a young woman trying to find your identity in a loud world. You are bombarded every day by messages telling you what to buy, how to look, how to pose, how to be hot or cool. It can feel overwhelming. You may constantly compare yourself with others and feel less. Please know this, the most precious thing you can build is not a perfect image, but a deep, stable heart. Trends will pass, skin will change, likes and follows will rise and fall, but the kindness you cultivate, the broad-heartedness you develop, the inner stillness you train, the gratitude you embody, these will quietly shape your fate in ways no algorithm can touch. Maybe you are a middle-aged woman who feels tired. You have given a lot, perhaps to your spouse, your children, your parents, your work. You may feel that your beauty has faded, that your value is less in a society that worships youth. You may carry regrets about choices you made in the past. Please know this, your capacity to grow a Bodhisattva aura is not weaker because of your age, it is stronger. You have lived enough to understand pain. You have cried enough to understand compassion. You have seen enough loss to understand impermanence. All of that can become fuel for real spiritual beauty. You can start now to soften your speech, to release old grudges, to sit more often in quiet, to say thank you more, to see your own mistakes with honesty and forgiveness. You can become that luminous, steady elder that younger women look at and think, "I want to age like her." Maybe you are a man listening to this. You might think, "Oh, this is about women. It has nothing to do with me." But in fact, it does. If you have women in your life, mother, partner, sister, daughter, friend, you can recognize and cherish these qualities in them. You can stop praising only outer looks and start valuing inner strength, kindness, and wisdom. You can support the women around you when they choose growth over gossip, depth over drama, calm over chaos. And of course, you can cultivate these same qualities in your own heart. Bodhisattva aura is not limited by gender. Compassion, broad-heartedness, restraint, clean speech, inner stillness, gratitude, and wisdom look beautiful on everyone. As we approach the end of this long heart-to-heart exploration, let us zoom out. Why do some women seem to carry blessings wherever they go? It is not simply because some deity decided to favor them randomly. It is because, often without words, they are living in alignment with the deeper laws of life. They do not make a show of spiritual practice, but everything they do is practice. They are not obsessed with how they look in the mirror. They are attentive to what kind of person is looking from inside that mirror. Their face may not be perfect if judged by a magazine, but their presence feels like home. Their energy comforts, strengthens, inspires. Children lean on them. Friends trust them. Elders feel respected by them. Even strangers sometimes feel safer when they are around. In traditional language, you could say that their heart has become like that of a Bodhisattva, so their appearance naturally follows. Their life becomes a blessing for others, and in blessing others, they also bless themselves. So the question for you is not, am I born with this aura, but how am I willing to grow it, one day at a time? You do not need to announce it to anyone. You do not need to wait until you feel ready. You can start today, with one breath, one thought, one word, one small choice. Your destiny is not written only in the lines on your palm or the shape of your features. It is being written right now in the movements of your heart. If this sharing resonated with you, you are very welcome to let it sink in quietly. You might choose one quality that feels most needed in your life right now: kindness, broad-heartedness, inner restraint, clean speech, inner stillness, gratitude, or wisdom, and make it your focus for the next week or month. Notice how even slight shifts in that area affect your relationships, your mood, your sense of self. If you would like to, you can also share in the comments one woman in your life who carries this Bodhisattva-like aura for you. It could be your grandmother, the teacher, a friend, the stranger you once met. What did she do? How did she speak? What did you feel around her? Your story might inspire someone else to start their own journey. And if this long conversation gave you comfort, clarity, or encouragement, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave a comment. It really does help this kind of content reach more hearts. If you feel called to support this space more deeply, you are also welcome to join as a member so that we can continue exploring together the paths of awakening, wisdom, karma, compassion, daily practice, and the quiet ways in which our destiny can change when our hearts change. Thank you for staying all the way until the end. You and all the women and men in your life grow more and more of this Bodhisattva aura in the days to come. Your faces be lit from within by kindness, your voices softened by clean speech, your lives steadied by inner stillness, and your destiny gently guided by wisdom and compassion. Life gets noisy. Work, stress, expectations. Sometimes we lose touch with the quiet part of ourselves. Bracelet isn't just an accessory. It's a small reminder that you deserve peace. You deserve moments of stillness. You deserve to hold on to your inner balance. If one of these bracelets speaks to your heart, you'll find the purchase link in the description below. And even more auctions available on our channel's shop page. Pick home the one that feels right.